Oh. Hello everybody. I missed seeing a button that I could have clicked. Just doing a couple of last minute things and then we will get started. Alrighty. So, what did we do yesterday? We finished the roof of the house slash base, the one section anyways, I think on Tuesday. So last time we did a couple of small base upgrades. We got our garden started. Added an extra little awning to the roof to kind of stretch it out a little bit. Might be how I want to word that. Give it a little bit more depth and shape. Yeah, as part of the garden, we built a little bit of a barricaded fence here. We got some wood farming done. We went and found and defeated the Elder. We also found out that our island stretches out really, really far to the north. I decided to double back though because I wanted to take a portal going like all the way up there. But we also went into some frost caves. We raided one of them. Got ourselves some loot. And I forget, did we get... Oh, it's only 5 pelts for the Founder's Coat. I thought it was 6. I think we have 4. Yeah, so we are 1 wolf pelt short of building our Fenris coat. So that's going to be the focus for today. We have another frost cave that's over here. So... is our inventory looking nice? Okay. Right. Did mention that I needed to build more arrows. Build more arrows? Sounds weird. Craft some more arrows before we head out. I probably should have just crafted 100, but that's okay. Yeah, I should have just crafted 100. Still getting used to having the craft 5 at a time of things. Still a fairly new update. I haven't used it too much. I can't tell if it's morning or evening. Apparently evening, because I can sleep, so. So we are going to go visit the mountains. At the very least, going to try to take out a singular wolf and get a wolf pelt. Then we can build our Fenris coat. So honestly, if we just kind of find a wolf hanging out on the edge of the... Yep, that bronze. Don't really know where else to put this bronze. Can't really do much with it right now because I can't teleport it. So I need to go to this mountain. So we might as well just kind of run over to it, trace it a little bit. Hello, dear. I don't think we need more carrot seeds, so I'm just gonna not pick them up here. You know, I should have brought some more wood with us and some stone, but I suppose we can just farm a little bit of it on the way. Definitely want access to a couple of campfires just in case. So the main thing that we're looking for is just, we get one singular wolf and a wolf pelt. We're gonna run straight back to base, make our Fenris coat, and that will give us frost resistance so that we can run around in the mountains without needing a fire or anything. There's the Skellyman. Oh no. The freezing debuff. It found us. Alright, Skellyman. You do you. Skellyman was uninterested in fighting with us any longer, apparently. Alright, let's get these last couple of stones here, which will give us 3 campfires. Good enough. Not sure exactly what angle I want to approach this mountain from. It's not like super duper steep, but there's not really good places to put campfires down here. Though I guess we can put one like there, maybe one there, then like one at the top. Yeah, let's aim for that. Do you remember there was like a drake kind of hovering here? Level out the ground a little bit too. Yeah, I see the shadow of the drake like right up there. Not moving any closer. Can I get a good angle on it from this rock? There we go. Alright, what do we see? We have like 7 more campfires worth of wood, so we're kind of looking for stone here. I was really hoping to find a kind of just a wolf on the way up, rather than kind of having to go a little bit further up, but it is what it is. I heard a wolf. I heard the owl. Huh. Apparently that Drake was upset with something? But not me. And I guess that the cave that we pinged before is going to be out this way. Somewhere over in this direction. I hear a drake, I don't see a drake. Drake also doesn't see me, so... Nice. Tree gave us a nice little block on the ice attack. And we 4-shot Drakes without sneak attacks. It's pretty good. This might be one of those areas with like a buried treasure from the looks of it. Oh, that's not great. That's not what we want to see right now. Hello, Stone Golem. Log cabin. That is something that we'd like to see. Alright, running out of rocks. Hopefully the Stone Golem and the Drake will kind of just spend some time playing around with each other and leave us to our own devices. Let's go ahead and top back up on our food. That is something we wanted to hear. Maybe not in this individual moment, but that is something we wanted to hear. Oh, onion seeds, perfect. Alright, we got our pelt. We got some onion seeds. Those are really, really good for us, so we are going to dip out of the mountains for right now, and we will come back. That is going to take off at least like one layer of the danger that we're experiencing going up here. Still definitely things we have to worry about, but and I don't need carrot seeds. Feels really good getting onion seeds before turnip seeds, even though we really need turnip seeds too. Hello, enemies. Dwarfs, legendary trees, taking them down all with ease, or something like that. We really don't need bones, but we do need great orc eyes. Always use great orc eyes. And I suppose that while we're here, might as well break this barrel, see what there is to see, grab what there is to grab. We don't need more resin, but leather scraps are useful. We might be at the point where we don't really need any more leather scraps, though. I tried and let him out. He didn't want to come out. Save the rocks. I think that losing one fine wood isn't the end of the universe. And we don't really need the flint. A nice little tower though. Break that. Get our rocks back. Probably coming to the point where stone is going to be more valuable to us than wood for a bit. Since once we get to the point where we are building with stone, we are going to run out of it so fast. Oh, also, I apologize if anybody said anything in chat. I believe that I was looking at the wrong chat. Should be all fixed now, I believe. Oh, did okay, I did. 1 second. Apparently I ended up grabbing the wrong link. Still kind of figuring out this YouTube streaming business. Okay, there we go. We have stuff. Lots of stuff. So what was it? I think it was like 10 those leathers, 5 of these, 20 of these. Let's get our Fenris coats sorted out. Yeah. That is a big upgrade. Let's go. Not a super huge armor upgrade per se, but frost resistance I will not say no to. Okay, so use our gear chest here. Treasure. Here we go, arrows. Plants and stuff, portal mats, food. This goes in our arrow mats. This will be in the woods. That's fine wood. There we go, core wood. Food stuff. Also a food stuff. And we grab our cultivator real quick. Let's plant some onions. And it looks like all our carrots are ready too, so we'll also deal with that. Gardening, very important. So we're going to plant our onions here in presumably what is the safest area next to the wall. And apparently there's a little divot there or something I got squeezed into. Alright, so 31, 31. I guess let's do like 20 and 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll plant some carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I have a message. What is this? I guess I could change my Discord status as well. Yeah, why not? Wonder if I should potentially be like, maybe add, I mean, we're gonna replace these chests once we get to iron, once we head into the swamps, but, or at least that's the plan. We're gonna need a lot of iron. Hello, Flutter. How's it going? Might want to. Oh, whoa! Grayling in the base. Grayling, get out of here. I wonder if I should just set up like a temporary fence or something right here. Put up a sign. No gray dwarves allowed. And then insert like the Arthur meme. This sign can't stop me. I can't read. Valuables depended on who you ask, but sure, much appreciated. But yeah, I actually just started? I actually started like 20 minutes ago, now that I think about it. Or now that I look at it. Those 20 minutes flew by really fast. I guess the seeds do technically go in plants, but maybe I should be putting seeds into the like with the plant foods. Nice. What's in the burrito? Like, what kind of burrito is it? But also, that's a lot of pounds of burrito. £4 is actually a lot of burrito. Like, if you think about it, like, a singular pound of meat is, like, a lot. But you're probably eating that much in a burrito? Egg is good. I mean, I'm personally a fan of scrambled eggs myself, but I feel like that's like the norm for breakfast burritos. It sounds really good though. It's been a little while since I've had a good breakfast burrito. Okay. We're having some issues with spawn proofing this area, it seems like. I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point. We'll probably go on a little bit of a... how do you say it? We'll probably go on some sort of a wood cutting farm montage without the montage at some point. We'll spruce up the pier a little bit. We'll get some spawn proofing. Or we'll attempt to spawn proof anyways. Yeah, maybe after the swamp, because having some bonfires I think would be really good. I think having some bonfires for that would be a really good idea. I like the look of bonfires hanging around more than I like leaving random campfires around, but random campfires do help with spawn proofing. That's not where that goes. That's where that goes. Oh yeah, we still gotta run the Elder trophy up to spawn. Which won't take very long, but... oh yeah, and because of our Fenris chest, because we have resistance to frost, that means that we don't suffer from the cold debuff at night anymore. Yes, I did finish that album, Flutter. It was amazing. Like, I don't really have words to describe the album. It was a fantastic album. Just really soulful jazz, R&B, whatever you want to call it. They literally call it jazz, like, you know, in the music, but it was excellent. I very much enjoyed it, and we'll probably be listening to it again at some point. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of really good singers out there. People who have just excellent vocal range and great voices. Okay, so we don't have to worry about the cold so much anymore, so we can go with a full, clean inventory. Let's go running up that hill. Oh no, is it just foggy? Is it gonna rain? Well, I mean, if the only thing that you're looking at is her voice, then you're really missing out, because, like, the whole instrumentation and, like, everything put together, and, like, the messages and, like, the lyrics, like, everything about it is phenomenal. So, I mean, if really the only thing that you see from that album, well, from that live set, I guess, if the only thing that you see is, oh, her voice is pretty, then I don't know. Do you even like jazz? You like jazz? Alright, I know there's a golem somewhere around here. Yeah, there's the Drake. Maybe we'll get silver eventually. I don't know how much I care about the Drake helmet though. The frost gland are so far, but I need them. Maybe I don't need them, but I want them, so I'm going for it. We're going down this hill. And we'll run up a different section. Maybe. There's plenty of rocks here. We can make back up. Yes, yes. Hello, dear. There's the golem again. I don't really need those fur cones. We picked up the bronze again. Doing what wrong? I'm running up the hill. Also, I already said that. Did you miss it? I already made that joke. When I first started going up the mountain, I said running up that hill. I think you were too busy typing. Yeah, I think that you were busy typing that paragraph when I made that joke. I mean, how would you know if I was going to be running up a hill or not? Even though it's technically a mountain, not a hill, but whatever. Not sure if we will need this, but I might as well mark this nest, just in case we have a motor here. Motor? Motor. Moder. A modern day dragon. Not in the modern age. I hear wolf, I don't see wolf. Oh, I see wolves. What are they going after? Maybe they're just kind of being goobers. Oh, that was a very unfortunate arrow. That did not go at all where it needed to go. So these are one of the things that we still need to be scared of. For sure. Do not have a safety rock anywhere. We're in a little bit of trouble. Just a wee bit. Alright, this seems like a good spot. Where are they? Oh my gosh, their pathing is so obnoxious. Alright, now where did the other one go? Huh. We're painting the frost cape there, but we're not getting a paint here, so maybe it's out this way? Wolves do be very dangerous, though. They are the thing that we are most worried about here. Drakes are annoying, but not too terrible to deal with. At least one, maybe two at a time. The more there are of them, the harder they are to deal with. Wolves are potentially hard to deal with, just even one-on-one, depending on stamina and terrain. I guess theoretically Drakes can be kind of annoying to deal with based on terrain as well. 111. Getting closer to our cave. Yeah, it's probably out this way somewhere. Okay, yeah, I think I see the remains of a deer, so yeah, that must have been what the wolves were chasing. I also hear another wolf, but I don't see one. Probably somewhere in these trees. Just walking around. Got a little bit of crunchy under our feet. Let's take our time, go slow. $52. We are really close to the cave. Is it over here? Nope. This way probably? Don't know why it keeps like, snow keeps like kind of jumping up and making it hard to see. I do not see anything that resembles a frost cave. Of course the Drake would start moving. Oh my gosh. Ow. Aha, safety rock. We're gonna need it. Maybe need is a strong word, but it definitely helped. Maybe... I really don't see anything that looks like it would be the Frost Cave. Hi, Ta. I'm doing good. How are things? Okay, so the cave is definitely in this direction. But where? Is it this little thing down here? This looks not right. Nope, so it's like right over here, something? I swear, every time you tell me about dinner, it always sounds utterly amazing. Aha! Here's our frost cave. Pork and veggie dumpling with stir fry and rice. Sounds incredible. Not even hungry. Bibigo? Bibigo? And a Dollar General. Are they good? Because, like, we have Dollar Generals out here. Maybe. They have the same brands. I see. Well, I'm glad that you told me today, because I might be going tomorrow or like Sunday are my shopping days. So, hold on, let me write this down real quick. I have no idea who Alessia Cara is, but I'm glad that you found something you're excited for, music-wise, Flex. I see, I see. That makes sense. For some like, typically I like chicken better, but usually with like, you know, like Japanese or like Korean like dishes, cooking, etc. Like, for some reason, like pork stuff is just always better. Like when you compare the two of them. Bibigo. Dumplings. Meat buns too. Pork meat buns. I haven't had a meat bun in so long. Alright, if you say so, Flutter. I'll probably smother them in teriyaki sauce, or I guess it's mandarin sauce, but I get the Panda Express like bottled mandarin sauce. It's usually kind of like my go-to. And it's actually what I've actually been having quite a bit of it recently. I've been getting generic, like you say, generic stir-fry blends of veggies. Oh, I mean, I don't blame you. Honestly, the last few times that I've been to Panda Express, it's been honestly a very disappointing experience. But they're bottled sauces that you can get at the store. The bottled sauces you can get at the store are still pretty good, I think. The only one that I really get is the mandarin sauce. So I mean, you know, it's kind of a small sample pool, but yeah, yeah. But that's like everything put together. If you just have sauce, well, you know, not gonna be as greasy because the grease comes from the meat that you're cooking. Or at least it should be. That being said, I mean, more than likely the sauce still has a whole load of, you know, like salt and loads of salt and sugar content, but you know. The king of flavor. Oh, cultist. Alright, so just like before, I know we're talking about food and stuff, but we are going to definitely watch out for cultists. Cultists are a scary mob when you do not have armor. Or loads of HP. We can drop this thistle for now. I think it's is it Uncle Roger? I think is like a YouTube channel, and that's like one of their voice lines is MSG, the king of flavor. Ha ha ha! With this cloak on, we have the troll hood, troll trousers, troll cloak. Sukuwu, who makes you wash your rice? I haven't heard that one. That's amusing. But yeah, we're actually kind of we're sequence breaking a little bit. We bypassed the swamp. So we have the Fenris coat on. So honestly, even without the coat, you feel cold inside of frost caves, but it's not actually freezing in them. So one of the things that we did last stream, aka yesterday, is we went to one of the other frost caves. We just made a little trail up the mountain with campfires and got into the cave. And then we snuck, you know, we got some Fenris hairs and we got enough materials fighting wolves outside to make the Fenris coat. Yeah, I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. I've been watching a little bit of Valheim stuff recently, and I've recently been watching a Valheim in Reverse playthrough by a YouTuber named Henrik, Henrik. So like one of the things they do in that challenge is they like kind of beeline it to the mountains as like one of the first things that they do, because you can break down like the wooden doors here, like this one. These wooden doors break down into iron ingots sometimes. Like, I think it's a pretty low chance, but yeah, see, iron bar. Haha, streamer luck. So that allows them to basically get iron before like the swamp. I guess realistically, I could probably use the deer meat more than I can use the deer trophy, but that's fair. I actually had a really cool base that I made one time where where I basically made like a chute. So I had like a ramp of like wooden stairs, and then I just like kind of put walls on the side and like a little roof on the top, and I just did that all the way up the side of this little tiny mountain, like one of the ones that's too low to really like have anything on it besides like nighttime wolf spawns. And then I just built a house there, and I just put like fires like all over the place. So it was just like a really nice cozy like mountain base. Coal is more useful than deer meat right now, I think. And you can also get bronze, smelted bronze bars from destroying the braziers, so you can get a lot of resources, like straight from like the frost caves. And since you don't freeze in them, they're a lot easier to navigate, even with like really low armor. You just use the bow to take out everything inside. Yeah, it was fun. And yeah, that's the thing. The myths have a really high learning curve to them. I didn't really end up like fully navigating them on my own. I ended up like watching some videos and stuff. So in a sense, I, you know, kind of spoiled spoiled things, and then I learned from that. Fair. I mean, Enshrouded's good too. I like Enshrouded. Fair enough. I don't know if you've messed with like the world modifiers that they added, I think before the Ashlands, but the world modifiers are really handy to mess around with if you want, you know, like either an easier or a more difficult experience. I don't have any buffs right now anyways, so let me kind of poke at them real quick just to give a little preview. But yeah, there's all sorts of different little things here that you can do. Like you can turn off raids. You can literally do the like turn off build cost if you wanted to. Passive enemies. I'd probably recommend not turning on fire hazards, but this is like, you know, wood can catch on fire and fire can spread. Yeah, it's really nice that they put this in like a world modifier as opposed to like having to do like the dev commands and stuff like that. But you can also set, yeah, you can set like portals, like you can make it so that portals can just teleport items naturally, or like you can teleport metals and stuff through them. Resources, you can pump them up. Normally I like to play on like 1.5 times resources, but it kind of feels like double, to be honest. Like, a lot of the time where you would get one thing, you get two. Yeah. Yeah, so you can just turn it on by default instead of using like a mod. Normally people will use mods, like Valheim Plus and stuff like that. But yeah, they just have like a natural feature in it now, in the world modifiers. There's also a stone portal that you can build once you get to the Ashlands, that also allows you to teleport metals. But I mean, Ashlands is currently endgame, right? So there's that. But you can also like change like the death penalty, so you can make it so you lose like way less skills and don't lose like your gear and stuff if you wanted to. Like, the world modifiers are really nice. It's a very nice feature they added. Yeah, that's fair. I think there's a mod that allows you to do that. Oh, I also never reconnected my internal fan. My computer is probably very upset with me at the moment. It's like, hey, why is it hot in here? Surprised that it wasn't stuttering a lot more, to be honest. Yeah, I've been having some issues with it recently. Like, it makes a lot of noise and like kind of revs up a lot. So normally I kind of don't have it on like at night when I'm just like watching YouTube videos before bed and stuff. But sometimes I forget to reconnect it. No trophy. Sad. Hey, more iron. Could have sworn I just saw movement back there. Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe it was smoke. Must have been smoke. I really don't think we need Fenris Claws either, but I'm picking them up anyways. Silver necklace, money. We do need money. I'll drop the leather scraps. I think we have like 2 stacks of leather scraps right now. Hey, Mr. Cultist. Feel free to just stand right there while I shoot you with arrows. I am not against this. I don't know why his AI is broken, but I'll take it. Still no trophy. It's the hard knocks life for us. Alright, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Fenris hairs up here, right? Let's go ahead and give this a smash. 5 Fenris hairs. Okay. 6 Fenris hairs. So we didn't get any extra for breaking them with Stag Breaker. Got 2 Fenris hairs from that one though. So maybe breaking the ones that are on the walls, maybe breaking them with like a weapon gives a better drop chance, better drop amount. I don't know. Alright, more sample size. 1, 2, 3, and then the one up top. No worries. 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we got 5. I was kind of musing out loud anyways. So the guy Henrik that I was watching, I noticed in particular that he uses like the Stag Breaker a lot, or like his weapons to like break a lot of the stuff in the Frost Caves. And when it came to like the crystals, it felt like he was getting like 2 or 3 like per like crystal node a lot of the time. Whereas I think that you normally only really get like 1 a lot of the time when you just pick them. And then he was also hitting like the Fenris hairs and stuff too. So I was just kind of wondering if like some of the stuff, if you like break it, if it can potentially drop like more stuff, or if it like if some of the stuff just like has a higher, you know, like drop numeric when you break them instead of just picking them up. That was only 7 though, so some of the things that these that the people I watch do are like just speedrun tactics. So it's just like sometimes it's just for efficiency, but then like other times, other things they do, it kind of feels like they're actually done for like a purpose, you know, or like they have like a non-efficiency reason. But that's cool. Venue working. Yeah, I think it kind of depends. For me in particular, like I don't really I'm not using like the Stag Breaker for combat really. So it's not really, the durability on it's not really that big of an issue. Breaking the braziers with my axe, which is my main weapon though, kind of sus, but it hasn't really proved to be that much of an issue. Well, I mean, I'm just playing by like the default vanilla rules, so I have like build cost on, but we're also not really building anything at the moment. Okay, sorry, got a little distracted here. I think we cleared out this area though. This was 2 things. We have 35 Fenris hairs. That's pretty good. I think if we get one more little... We went down here already, right? Yeah. I see my stuff down there at the bottom. Okay, yeah, we do have one more little area, at least. If we can find like 5 more Fenris hairs in there, then we'll technically be good to be able to just make the whole Fenris set. Outside of, we need the thingamabobber. We need the cultist trophy, which that's probably gonna be a lot harder. Unless we get really lucky and there's like a couple cultists in here and one of them drops it. Survey says small room. Does have a couple of Fenris hairs though. Oh. Wrong item, but whatever. I can't exactly really do much with the bronze right now without like deciding to run it all the way back to base, so. But I'm feeling lazy. That looks like that's it to our frost cave here though. Kind of pokes down that way already. Definitely poked down that way already. That's a dead end. Yeah, okay, so we're all clear here. I think I might have had, you know what, I might have had another 5, probably 3 at least, Fenrir's hairs back at the base, so I think we're okay. We're probably not going to do much with these metals, to be perfectly honest, but they'll just probably sit around. That's fair. I get a little disoriented sometimes. It's always good to have somebody, you know, who's a little grounded, or probably not the right wording, but I think you get the idea. One of the things that I like to try to do is, like, in my head, I kind of like break things off into sections. So like here I would be like, okay, so here's our entrance. So the first section is going to be our area to the right. And then you're like, oh, okay. You know, this kind of doesn't really go anywhere. So the right hand section, all gone. All done. Then you have our forward section and like our left hand section. And obviously our left hand section like breaks into multiple things, so sometimes just gotta go by familiarity, I guess. Like, I look down here and I'm like, oh, this is very unique. It's like a little small passage with this like breakable ice at the end. Well, I know that there's only a dead end wall back there, so every time I look at it, I'm just like, oh, small passage with the breakable ice. Oh, I already checked that. It's all gone. So, I don't know. This is kind of how my brain kind of translates it, so. But I don't know if that necessarily works for everyone. I definitely get lost in, like, the Black Forest burial chambers sometimes, though, because, like, even dividing them into sections, sometimes you get very just, like, turned around and... yeah. It's a whole thing. But okay, so let me mark this cave. Oh, I hear a wolfa. We can get rid of that. Yeah, it's only one ping, so we'd probably have to go like way down here to potentially find another cave. Not sure how much more cave I really need though. I guess it doesn't hurt to go take a little peek, kind of see the layout of the mountain, see what we're working with. With the size of this and the amount of like obsidian nodes and stuff like that, I guarantee you that there is silver up here somewhere. Hello, Sungolem. Also, fun thing you can do is you can actually search for silver on these mountains with the Stag Breaker. You basically just run around and smack areas until you see a too hard message. Obviously, usually not as easy with a... oh yeah, so that too hard message right there, the only two things on this mountain, or on the mountains, that the Stag Breaker can hit in the overworld that are too hard are obsidian nodes, which are basically never buried, and then silver nodes. Yeah, so it's basically you can use this as a makeshift, you know, wishbone. I don't know why I dodge rolled. Didn't need to dodge roll. Oh, I heard a wolf. Okay, cool. The wolf and the golem are having their little spat. Oh, please be cute. Okay. Oh. It is always scary kind of dealing with these stone golems when you're not prepared. And it all. Stay right there, buddy. You are king of the hole. And also, thank you for the free drops. Oh no, I'm carrying too much. Why? Okay, so our pickaxe hit was over here. Bam! Silver vein. So, the strategy for getting silver early with, I don't know if minimal work is necessarily the right way to say it, but you excavate around the silver vein, until like the whole thing is uncovered and you dig out the ground under it so it's floating. And then you just find a troll like in the Black Forest, you bring it up into the mountain, you have the troll hit the silver vein, and all it needs to do is break one piece once you've excavated it to break the whole thing. And yeah, you can sequence break and get silver really early without having to do like a wishbone and like iron pickaxe and all that jazz. Yeah, it's actually really funny how much you can like sequence break in like the first 4 biomes, like with trolls, since you can use them to get fine wood and core wood, you know, to like make an early fine wood bow. You can also use them to break copper nodes so that you don't actually have to get the antler pickaxe ever. And of course, everyone knows that sequence breaking is fun. Yep, that is a thing too, yeah. You know, I'm pretty certain too that like at one point early on in Valheim, like you couldn't hit pine trees with the default axes, that you had to get like a bronze axe. But that's not the case anymore. Either I'm just like misremembering, or they changed that like a long time ago. Because you can chop down pine trees with the stone axe and the flint axe, but I feel like you used to not be able to do that. But birch trees are still bronze and higher. Didn't the game maybe there was an early access before I heard about it, but I mean, I guess we're still in early access, but I remember the game kind of releasing with the plains as the final biome. Oh, okay. Fair. Alright. This has bothered me long enough. I've come through this portal like 2 or 3 times, and because like because I don't have the teleport bronze and stuff on, I keep picking up the bronze. So I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna make a chest. Hey! Rude. I'm busy. That should be enough. do 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 do. Treasure chest? Right there. There we go. Get in there, metals. Oh, that's interesting. Funny enough, I can kind of imagine it. Because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't feel like there's anything, and there's not much in the plains right now anyways. And then, I mean, honestly, the empty deep north is kind of like an empty mountain. Did they at least have, like, the trees and stuff? Or was it, like, literally just, like, blank snow as far as the eye can see? Kinda? Okay. So maybe like the small mountains that just kind of don't really spawn anything in them? Pines were there? Okay. Yeah, I remember them being kind of just really hilly, and then they had the placeholders because it was supposed to be a spider biome, but then they decided, you know, not to trigger arachnophobia. Yeah, the old Mistlands were super cool. Oh, we have 5 more pelts. That might be enough. Also, I was mistaken. We do not have 2 full stacks of leather scraps. Yeah. I can understand the reasoning. Well, arachnophobia is a really big thing, Flood. It's like some people literally just can't play games because of arachnophobia. And so they made a development choice, right? So basically what it was is the original plan was like, oh hey, we think it would be really cool to have this big spider biome with like the trees all covered in spider webs and having spider enemies and blah blah blah. But then they were like, well, you know, a lot of people probably aren't going to be able to play the game because of that. So we want to, you know, kind of open the game up and, you know, hit a wider player base. So we're gonna change it, and instead of doing giant spiders, we're gonna do giant bugs. It does sound awesome. But I mean, honestly, like what we got isn't terrible either. Like, it is. Honestly, I think that you're underestimating the amount of people that have arachnophobia. Lots of people have arachnophobia. It's a pretty big thing. Very widespread too. Yeah, like probably arachnophobia and then like thalassophobia, which I think that's the right one. The fear of the ocean and wide open waters, which is mostly built upon, you know, whatever the fear of the unknown phobia is, but yeah, so ultimately they just kind of changed the design up a little bit, but they still went for the same vibe. I mean, some games, you know, like, they do it anyways. Like, I mean, Subnautica is a game that thalassophobic people, like, basically have so much trouble with, but, like, the game is gorgeous and super awesome anyways. So, you know, some developers choose to do a thing. But that being said, right, like, if you think about the way that Wind Waker and Subnautica are built, it's like, well, yeah, it'd be just a completely different game if you took out the ocean part. So, yeah, you're just gonna do it. Like, because otherwise it's just a completely different game. This, however, was, hey, we understand that people are afraid of spiders, so instead of using spiders, we're going to use a different type of enemy. We're going to use like a bug and accomplish basically the same thing. Well, why wouldn't they be, Flutter? Games are intended to be, you know, put out there for an audience. The whole point is to get people to play your game, to be interested in your game. So you have to appeal to people, which includes taking into account phobias and people's interests. That being said, I also shouldn't be trying to debate here. That's not what this stream is about. The stream is about Valheim. And I would say I'm just gonna shut up, but obviously I'm supposed to be talking. Yep. Well, you are also not a game developer, so that's a thing. Right, well, I don't currently have an obliterator, since we haven't found the trader and spent money yet. So we're just gonna throw stuff into the water to get rid of it. We have a full chest of resin. I think that will be okay without a couple of extra resin. Alright, we need to make more food. Food is a thing. And that is why we are going to be aiming for the swamp biome next. As much as I love the... I mean... I suppose realistically, even if we were wandering around in the mountains, we actually do end up upgrading food. Since we have like wolf meat and stuff like that. But getting turnips in the level 2 cauldron and sausages also is really convenient, so... It really is a shame they locked sausages behind the tier 2 cauldron. Lascri. I'm assuming that that's a Roro. Hi, hello. How's it going? I wonder what it costs to upgrade our stuff. Gunner's hair, wolf pelts, leather scraps. Well, we're running low on wolf pelts, so... Well, rivers also go, and rivers are cool, so going must be good. I am not doing too shabby. We're just enjoying a nice little bit of sequence breaking, playing some Valheim, being a Viking. Like, don't mind that the base is all open and stuff. It's still a work in progress. Some of the stuff has been taking me longer than I expected it to. This building in particular was a little bit of a pain. playing giant dominoes. Sure, why not? Hi, Kurt. I am not making 20 Queen's Gems. What is wrong with me? Our box is all ugly now. It's okay. How's our bacon looking? Bacon is looking okay. So I'm gonna actually replace the cooked boar meat with deer stew. I think that before we were a little shy on carrots, but we're doing a lot better on them now. Yeah, blueberries are really useful. Blueberries are OP. Ah, this could have been an opportunity to cook 5 deer stews at a time. I messed up. I also pulled out the 3 cooked deer meat for no reason. Karaku, you just broke your stealth? Unless you're saying that you're going back into stealth and hiding. See if this rain goes away. Not exactly looking like it's going to. Oh, looks like it's raining for a while. Alrighty then. But yeah, so things are still a work in progress. I made this building a little too big, I think. So like putting the roof on was a little bit of a chore. And like getting the supports right and stuff. I'm also kind of experimenting with like some new shapes and stuff like that. But some plans for this building are we're gonna take out some of these boards, put in some windows. I was originally planning to have the window like up here so that you could see out into this little, like kind of see across the little plains here, and then we have a big lake out here that we spawned next to. But I actually plan on basically bringing down the second floor by 2 meters. Either 2 meters or 1 meter. I might do half a meter, but... So we're gonna take down this little veranda, nudge it down a little bit, so that way the window will be kind of more on this level-ish. Out here we have our nice little garden, which we made yesterday. Dug a little bit of a, rock wall and put up our barricade around it. Made it a little cute. I plan on closing up this section here. We have our storage, which, depending on how quickly we can go get iron from the swamps, like these chests might get upgraded into iron chests, and we'll kind of make like another layered shelf here, and we'll fit all that in and all that jazz. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do like a cover of this area, but this will eventually be covered. We'll be putting our workbenches over here is the main plan. And then this is going to be like our open a little bit more open forge area. I kind of started on the design of the... It'll be a, you know, a kind of open roof concept, but still... Yeah. So we'll just kind of do an angled roof all the way across so that the smoke filters out, but then all of our stuff in this area will still be covered by a roof. The blast furnace will go here eventually, and maybe even like the spinning wheel. We'll have a little bit of room here, so we'll see what happens. And then this is going to be our little pier. I will eventually put some like more core wood planks in here, do like a little roofing system, and then I plan on maybe extending it out a little bit further. I still haven't exactly decided because the last couple of ships are pretty large, and this little river area is a little bit on the smaller side, so we might need more room for maneuverability, but you know, I just figure we'll do that a different day, have just a little chill, relaxing, mess around, build session, something like that. And then I was thinking I needed some places for like some windmills, and then I'll eventually probably have a bunch of portals, so I like to build like a portal hub. So we might build that in like this little area here. So we'll maybe extend like the barricade. I also need to move the bees to the garden over here at some point. I don't exactly have a plan for them, so maybe they'll get like some posts or something and just run along here in a line. Or maybe I can, like, I don't know, like extend off of this. Maybe I can do like a little wooden stair up a little bit. Maybe level this area, put some more like wood planks, and then I can put the bees up here, perhaps. Could also like kind of line up this wall a little bit better with our stake wall, but I don't know. I kind of like it how it is, a little bit. I have mixed feelings. I think that our harvest is, yeah, almost all done. So maybe we can replant before we head out. I would like to, at this point, go get a portal down near a swamp. Which means we are going to go to the northern part of the island, because I believe that it kind of curves. And I think that there's some swamp like out here. So that's what we're going to be looking for. We have enough fine wood for a couple of portals, so I don't necessarily think that I need to go get more currently. We do need a few more cores, but if we're going to the swamp, we might be able to find a farming spot for cores, in which case we're not going to have to worry about them anymore. And then our Great Orb Eye situation is actually looking really nice. We have 117 currently. Feels good. Could maybe do with a few more arrows. I know I have some flint arrows stocked up, but not very many, so they'll probably just end up sitting there in that box for the rest of the game. We just need enough wood for a workbench, so that looks good. What level is... Oh, I never upgraded the club. No wonder it does... No wonder it's been doing like 0 damage. Let's go ahead and upgrade the club to level 3. We might actually still get some use out of it, and we don't really have a ton of use for our bone fragments. The level 3 club actually does pretty good damage, and it will be helpful against skeletons and blobs and like oozers, so... Alright. Everything's grown. Alright, so I don't really do this very often, but let's go ahead and use the stag breaker farm method. No! Okay, I'm stupid. That doesn't work with regular crops. That only works with barley and flax. Okay. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. I should have tested that on the carrots. It's alright. It's not the end of the world. We ultimately don't... like... So, we lose a couple of our onions, but realistically, like, just having onions gives you infinite womp womp. Yeah, precisely. We have infinite onions anyways. That'll just slow down, you know, our speediness of getting to infinite onions, but I think we lost 2 onion plants. Unless we lost 5. I don't remember how many seeds we had. But I'm not too worried about the carrots, so... That was a little unfortunate, though. Well, yeah. I did say I don't do that very often, and I guess there's a reason for that. I don't remember if the new scythe from the Bogwitch update works on normal crops either. I think it might also only be for flax and barley, which is really interesting because if like you already have the stag breaker that you can pick up multiple barley and flax crops, so I'm not sure exactly why they added the scythe, but then didn't really add a new feature to it. It just looks like a scythe. I don't know. Alright, well, like I said, I'm not too worried about carrots right now, so just go ahead and put them away. Carrot seeds will go with the plants. Do a little repair. And let's go on an adventure. So, the main things that we're looking for in the swamp here is Guck at the top of the list, because I need green banners, because reasons. We are looking for turnip seeds, so that we can get to level 2 cauldron and start on turnip production. And we're looking for crypts, because crypts mean iron, and iron means upgrades. Both to like our storage, stone cutting. Very important stuff. Progression. I'm getting stuck on bushes. Not progression. You know, if you kind of think about it, it's kind of funny, because you can like get stuck on a bush, right? You can't push this bush. But A ship, a big old giant ship in the water. If you run against that, you can push it. Some of the logic and physics in this game are a little sus. Well, there's another bee. Do we need to go up to 6 bees? Probably not, but it's right there, so why not? I cannot get the arrows to go at the angle I want them to. This is a giant waste of arrows, by the way. Coating bushes is hard. I believe it. I'm sure that coating the ships probably wasn't fantastic either. And then, like, the interaction with the water. I feel like, honestly, like, one of the jankiest things in the game is like how ships and players and stuff interact with the water. No idea you're not a coder. Yeah, I believe it anyways. Hello, dear. I really am excited for the next biome, the final biome, the true release of the game though. Aside from just always being excited for like the next part of content to come out for Valheim. So like the Deep North itself, but I'm kind of excited to, like, for some reason I'm attached to the idea of doing the museum percent run, aka just gathering every item in the game. Like, just in my head it feels like, the game will finally come out, all of the items will be out, it'll be really fun to just, you know, do the grind. Hunt for all of the rare elusive trophies, build a giant big old museum and decorate it with all of like the trophies and armor sets and weapons and all the stuff. Sounds fun to my brain. I'm sure it'll be a nightmare and a big headache, but well, okay, so it's not going to be the final update. I do believe that they said in the dev blog that it's just going to be the full release of the game, so it'll be the official like 1.0, but they do plan on doing more updates in the future. I just don't know if that means more biomes or if it'll just be like touch-ups and balancing and like adding stuff to the game, like maybe mini bosses to each biome and stuff like that. They didn't really, as far as I'm aware, they didn't really go in depth about it, but yeah, they did say that 1.0 is not going to be like the final version of the game. It's just going to be out of early access. You know, I realize that I am a silly, because the reason that I was shooting at the beehive instead of breaking stuff was because I was like, oh, I don't have wood. I don't have a workbench to actually break down the thing. I don't want to collect 10 wood. And then I realized, wait, I'm carrying a portal around, like with the intent of putting a portal down. I grabbed wood for a workbench. The derpage. The derpage is real. Right? Games don't come out of early access. But Valheim supposedly will. It definitely did it a lot slower than their original roadmap. It definitely did come out of, or is coming out of early access a lot slower than their original roadmap, like, intended. Pretty sure that, like, they had originally intended for this to be out of early access in, like, 2022. But, you know, then I guess they decided to take more time with each biome. They opted out of doing the ocean update, which I was, honestly, I'm still kind of sad about. I really feel like the ocean needs a little bit more of an update than just, oh yeah, it has more fish in it now. I appreciated that update, but like the ocean really is just so, I don't know, for how big it is, it's kind of empty. Especially after they nuked serpent spawn rates. That did not help. Pardon me, sis. I'm passing on through. I don't remember if I ever actually finished Hollow Knight. I don't think that I did. I think that I got it. I think it was a gift. I played through a lot of it, and I was just having a lot of trouble actually timing, like, bounces and stuff, so it just turned out to be a lot more frustrating than I thought it was gonna be. Which is really sad, because I really like Hollow Knight. Feels like it got nighttime really, really fast. I'm gonna just head back to base and dump my inventory and then realize I never set down another portal. Ugh. Tragedy. Alright, we're running back. Yeah, yeah. As the, basically the designated sailor, I suppose, for like our group of friends for playing this. I really enjoy sailing the ships. I just don't feel like there's a point to it most of the time. A lot of the times, like, it's theoretically faster to get around by, you know, running around on an island rather than sailing next to it. Obviously, you can interact with more things when you're running around as opposed to being out on the water. When you're out on the water, you're just kind of like staring and looking for stuff. And then for me, a lot of the time I'm just, you know, hoping to run into a sea serpent so that I can get serpent meat, and then they never show up. Yeah. I think that you can, I mean, I feel like it's probably really hard to actually fish from a ship, because like I don't think that fishing actually kind of works as their intended method. For some reason, like, fishing the proper way just drains stamina. Like, you need to have, like, endgame full stamina foods to capture some of, like, the, like, low to mid-tier fish. And then, like, actually pulling them up, like, out of the water with your fishing rod alone instead of, like, pulling them, like, with your body and, you know, like, picking them up off the ground. Like, it's just not realistic. I don't know. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I guess one of the main parts of sailing too is transporting metals, right? Since they're not normally able to be teleported by like default. But I don't. Honestly, it's if once you do it like a few times, it starts becoming a chore. I'm never excited to sail my ship just to transport metals. I'm more like, this is gonna take forever. And that's the main reason why normally I play modded and I play with teleportable metals. Yeah, I mean, I mostly play solo, so there's that. It can be. A lot of what it devolves into sometimes though is, oh hey, cool, you're sailing the ship, let me go AFK and go take care of bio needs for like 10 minutes. Or hey, let me alt tab and, you know, not pay attention to the game at all because there's nothing for me to do on the ship. Yep. And let's not forget, like, when you're standing on the ship, but then you get into a storm and the water rises up and literally plucks you off of the ship and into the water. Funny enough, we actually had some issues, the last time that I was playing with people, because I was the server host, but my PC was having some overheating issues. So we would get out into the water, and then my PC would overheat and crash the game. So people would like get kicked off of the boat and end up in the water with the boat like elsewhere, and it was a whole mess. But that's the thing. They nuked serpent spawn rates. Serpents like rarely ever spawn now. Some of my playthroughs, like even when I go sailing between islands at times, like I'll see like one, maybe two serpents the entire playthrough. Yeah, it is. Especially because serpent meat or serpent stew is still one of the best foods in the game, but if you don't get it until like the Ashlands, like it's kind of irrelevant. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they did to it, but I believe it was basically like they lowered spawn rates, they pushed spawn points further away from spawn, more than likely because a lot of people, you know, like would spawn in, see something shiny in the water, and then be like, hey, what's that? And then go die. And I think they wanted to avoid that for like new players. Or, you know, like if your starter island didn't have any good black forest in it, then you would have to take like the raft and sail, right? But then serpents would just like rip it to shreds. Beyond that, I think that serpents do still have their increased spawn rate at like night and during storms, but I feel like a lot of the time, even when I'm sailing at night and sailing during a storm, I don't see them. I've literally gone like 2 or 3 like Valheim nights where I literally just did nothing but sail in the ocean looking for serpents, and I just couldn't find them. Yeah, setting your own spawn rates would be kind of cool. Okay, so if I'm remembering correctly, I set the portal name as North. I honestly should have put it in chat to remind myself, but we're okay. We're good. Crisis averted. Oh, right. I did want some resin because I think that our torches out in the garden went out. Let there be light. Yeah, there's a whole balancing act of all the stuff and the things. Food, couple trophies, and portal nets. And gear. Well, I was going to do a sleep and fill up on my rested buff, but apparently that took too long and that's not happening. But at least the bees are happy. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. The one thing that I'm not looking forward to in the museum percent run is actually, funny enough, is basically dealing with serpents because of how their spawns are. So like trying to find them is going to be a pain. But because the serpent scales and the serpent trophy don't float, you always have to like try to wrestle them up onto a landmass and then kill them. And if they like spawn nowhere near a landmass, like their AI and like resetting is going to be super obnoxious. That's one of the things that I'm going to be kind of worried about for museum percent. Which is why, you know, the museum percent is not going to be like a total breeze, LOL walk in the park, but there's also like a couple of trophies that I'm going to be worried about as well. Stuff like, well, I'll go light on the spoilers while we're still so early in the game, but one of the mobs in the Ashlands is going to have like a really rare spawn, and getting the trophy for it might be really hard. Okay, picked up the workbench, picked up the thing. Cool. Remember everybody, don't let me multitask. Bad things happen when I multitask. Blibus. I wonder if I should be walking a little bit more inland as well. Oh, never mind. We found the thing! The thing that I was literally about to talk about. We found the trader. That is a big W right there. Like, I was literally about to say maybe we should walk a little bit more inland so that way we can be closer to triggering the indicator. But then I just happened to open my map and there was the indicator that we found the trader. So all is well in the universe. I wonder if this is even considered to be the most important trader anymore. Because the Bog Witch is kind of OP, to be honest. Hilder is cool. I like Hilder. I like the idea of like her shop and stuff like that. You just don't really need anything from Hilder. Yeah, so the Bog Witch was the latest update. They added a trader. They added a trader in the swamps, basically. And her whole thing is basically food stuff. Yeah. Well, I say food stuff. It's like food and potions, but well, meats, potions, stuff. There's some very, very good things. Ah, so you've been a little bit out of the loop for a while then. Hilder was like not really a I guess kind of a mini update in the middle of the Mistlands. This is fair. But yeah, they added Hilder in, who is Haldor's sister. She does a couple of different things. Along with her, they added in some mini dungeons. And in those mini dungeons, you get mini bosses. And they drop a thing that you basically take to Hilder, and she starts selling more clothing, which is mostly cosmetic. There's a couple of them that, or maybe like all the clothes, they give you like a buff. The clothing has like a thing that it's like you have increased stamina regeneration, or maybe it's stamina cost reduction for like tools. Ah, yeah, so it's been a while for you. Yeah, I think it's stamina usage reduction for tools. So I don't think it actually does anything for just running, unfortunately. Which I think is actually kind of one of the reasons why it's kind of eh. Since the clothing don't really have armor values or anything like that either, so it is really nice for speedruns though, because you know, part of speedruns is trying to find places. So if you find Hilder like pretty early on in the speedrun, then it gives you locations of where like mountains are and where plains are. So it's actually it's probably actually more useful for a speed run than a normal run. I was about to say, I think I faced this the right way. The runes are forward. Yeah. really need a workbench here, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Magic's really good. Magic is pretty fun. So outside of like my museum percent run that I was talking about that I want to do eventually, after this like vanilla playthrough, I plan on doing some like modded runs, and I'm gonna do like a thing where it's like you're like restricted to like the gear and stuff you can use based on like a predetermined class. I haven't finished like making all the rules and stuff, but I plan on doing that eventually. And I want to play with like epic loot, which gives, you know, like random RNG loot drops. So it'll be kind of, I guess, like a roguelike style of thing. Well, there's not real classes. That's just like a rule set that I want to use to give the run a little bit of spice. But one of the mods that I've been having a lot of fun with recently is it's called Armory, I believe. I believe it's by a modder named Fairzy. But the main thing about that mod is that it has a lot of like in-between stuff. So like they add in a bunch of weapons and they fill in like the holes where like certain weapon types don't have things at certain tiers. So like for instance, they have like a bone sword and stuff like that, so that you can like start working on, you know, like sword skills before bronze, and then like yeah, so they like whenever there's not like a vanilla game item at a certain like metal tier or whatever, like they add more stuff. But then they also add like more stuff on as well. Like they have a lot of different weapons and a lot of fun stuff. But they also have a magic one, so they made like a whole new bunch of like staves and like armor pieces for like the early to mid game, so that you can actually work on your magic leading up into the Mistlands. And that was a lot of fun. I think that doing like another run and like kind of showcasing that would be kind of cool. That could be fun. I don't know about doing that on stream per se, but I mean, I'm not against playing Valheim other times. And we'll just use up that resin. Okay, so I was getting distracted. We came back because money. Playing with mods on the Thunder store too is really easy. Like the mod manager is like really simple to use. Alright, so let's get our Megging Yard. That was the main thing. Sell some more other stuff. Nice. So we're gonna get the Diverger, I don't know. Dwarf Circlet. How much money do we have left? 341. 2 armor. We're losing some armor. We're gonna look a little bit goofy. But now I don't have to carry around a torch anymore, and you guys will be able to see. Burger Circlet. I never buy this thing, to be honest. But I'm buying it so that the stream can see when things are super duper dark. I've been carrying around torches and stuff for that exact same reason, because, you know, I want people to be able to see. Okay, so we're not really going maces. I don't plan on building Frostner, so I don't think we need Ymir Flesh. We'll go ahead and buy a Thunderstone though, for the Obliterator. What else do I need money for? Bogwitch stuff. Okay. Just to show off some guys, just to show off some stuff to you guys though, I will go ahead and buy some barrel hoops. The Bogwitch update added in barrel hoops to Haldor, and we can craft barrels as storage space now with barrel hoops. Yeah, my buddy Sinful always plays with the light circlet as well. He really enjoys it. The barrels are cool. I appreciate that they exist. They're not my favorite though. Although part of that might be because I was playing modded, and I think that I was playing with like where chests have an extra line of storage. No, I don't think so. They're not like the barrels that you find in the Black Forest. I think that they're literally just like a stationary. They're like a station. They're basically a chest. And you can't even like put them on their sides or anything either. You can just kind of spin them. It would be nice if we could at least put them on their side, but yeah, we're kind of stuck with them being barrel. But I mean, they look cool. Like, I'm not gonna say that they don't look kind of cool. And then they are the same size, storage-wise, as a wood chest, so they give you, you know, a more vertical storage rather than horizontal. Oh, well. It's funny you say that because you can. I don't know about barrels specifically, but there is a catapult in the Ashlands that you can build, and you can launch things out of it. So I'm actually going to start storing treasure in this barrel, I think, because most of our treasure is probably going to be used at the trader. If not the Bogwitch, but once we build the portal hub, I will likely have portals for all the traders right next to each other, so we'll have the treasure barrel right next to all of them. Which means... So what do we do with this chest then? Alright, oh yeah, so let me take this off for a second because it's actually kind of bothering me. So I don't know if you guys know, but you can actually color code your treasure chests. If you do like, what is this? This is less than sign. Color equals. You can either just type in like the color name. I think that there's like 7 default colors you can put in or something like that. So like color equals like green per se. And then you do the greater than sign to close it. You just type something in, and it'll be green. Or, you know, whatever color you put in. Or, alternately, you can do colors equal, and then you can put in the, like, hex code for colors. And there are different, like, hex code things that you can, like, look up on Google or whatever. So that's, like, the things that are, like, you know, like, the number, like, 0, 3, like, blah, 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 nonsense, stuff like that. Yeah, this isn't a real one, obviously, but yeah, if you put in the hex codes there and then close the brackets, it'll actually use whatever color you put in. I actually just kind of I found out about this like semi-recently, and I haven't really used it too much, but it's a very cool little feature. And apparently this has been in the game for like a really long time too. Let's see. So we're gonna call this Travel Plants Trophies. And then we're gonna move this stuff. And we're gonna get rated. Come on then, you pansies. Have at thee. I'm a little concerned though. Okay, hold on. Let me get my light. Game, please. Will you equip my light? Thank you. Oh, okay. Good to know. It's a little awkward because, like, my armor ain't bad, but it's not great either. I don't really have the best tools dealing with a whole flock of things trying to smack me all at once. Thanks, little neck. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten. Or, you know, maybe it will. Oh, that poor piggy. Never stood a chance. I'm not actually sure how I got smacked there while I was just running. Yeah, I'm almost dead. This is why I hate raids. Like, you're in the middle of doing something, you're not necessarily prepared, and then all of a sudden, yep, you're gonna fight for your life. Here, fight a million enemies all at the same time. Oh, I'm dead. Thought I was dead. Yeah, I guess it's a good time if you enjoy running around in circles. Raids are probably one of those things where it was like kind of designed more either for like aesthetics, like the immersion, or like designed with like multiplayer in mind. Playing a lot of solo, it's not. This is my experience with raids. It's running in circles, trying to deal with like the main things that are a problem, and then like picking things off like one by one and running around terrain. It's not my favorite experience in this game. Yeah. Oh, got a little bit of frame lag there actually. Alright, but we just play patiently, and everything's fine. Probably. Alright, there we go. A little bit of patience goes a long way, right? Alright. Our crops are doing pretty well. I feel like a car or something. It doesn't feel like I'm adding that much more light, but it's just like in a little bee. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with this Thunderstone at the moment. I know I'm gonna build the one thing that it builds into. The Obliterator. But I don't have the iron for that yet, so... I guess for now this is like my miscellaneous chest, so I'll just throw it in there. Arrows... Honestly, I don't need torches anymore. I'm just gonna use the circlet for right now. Other things are technically foods. Food. Raids, in my opinion, are only really nice when you get raided by mobs that have good mats and you need them. Because then you're just like, yes, mat delivery service. But when you get like raided by skeletons and you're like, I don't need more bones, this is not worthwhile to me. I have like 1,000,000 entrails. I don't need more Draugr. Feels a little meh. A little bit. Ugh. I guess also too, it's like there is the idea, right, of like having a base, and they have like, defense stuff, the walls. So, I imagine that some people really enjoy the fact of like, ah, yes, I need to build my base defensively. And make sure that it can't just be raided all the time, so, oh, I get it. It's just not my favorite thing in the universe. But that's mostly, I guess, also because I am usually in the middle of things and it just feels like an annoyance. Like, hey, you interrupted me, I'm working here. Alrighty, Ta. Have a good night with the venue. All the good lucks. Hope that you have a great turnout. Oh, there are Grey Dwarfs stuck in the copper closet. Okay. I was like, why did that rock just kind of like fly up into the sky and then fall back down? That being said, from the looks of it, it looks like my guess on this potentially being swamp was incorrect. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out for a bit and chatting. You guys have fun and have a good night. Oh gosh, this is a... Oh, that's a plains. That is a death mosquito. Okay. this is a load of BS. This might actually be the new smallest plains that I've ever seen in my entire career. You can't even see it on the map. I have seen some small plains, some that are even like approximately this size, but like this is actually ridiculously small. On the bright side, because it's so small, there's not really a lot of spawn points, so I think I can spawn proof this, and maybe we can just do our plains farm out here. Like, we're gonna eventually need to farm in the plains for barley and flax, so. Still though, this is ridiculous. Alright, so let's put this like right there. And this one will kind of overlap a little bit, I think, but. Well, we kind of want them to overlap at least a little bit. Should probably plant down a couple of campfires too. Campfires help with spawn proofing things. This has been definitely a little bit of an interesting seed, that's for sure. Definitely a little interesting. I think that'll be good enough. Go ahead and put a little campfire out here. Call it plains. Like, even fully zoomed in, this doesn't change colors even. Like, you just can't see it. That's wild. I'm not even sure I would have recognized that this was a plains if that Desquito hadn't, like, popped up out of nowhere and tried to kill me. Because I wasn't watching the terrain, I was watching, you know, like, out in the ocean. I was kind of hoping for, like, some stagger damage, but I mean, I suppose that I'll take, stun locking. I guess I'll take stun locking on that fooling. So we get our first encounter with the plains here. I was kind of wondering, it looked like this island was like going to be long and big enough to actually run into plains. Wasn't expecting one to be so utterly small though, but it's okay. Come hither, Grey Dwarf. Come meet your doom. So we'll do a little bit of anti-spawning business here as well. I feel like that workbench is probably going to get destroyed at some point. If like just by Grey Dwarves or something because it's there, but whatever. Waves, do you mind? I'm trying to break a rock. Guess I might as well kill the skeleton. just so that it's, you know, since it's already spawned in, hopefully it won't go like wandering over there to break my workbench, but I don't really have need of a spawner all the way out here, so I'm not going to bother marking it. Don't really feel a need to. Don't mind all these bloobas though. Alright, so since we've seen plains, we definitely have a chance for some of these northern segments of the island to be swamp, so that's what we're hoping for coming around on this side. I see a big ass mountain over there. I don't know if you guys can see it like in the far distance, but it's definitely out there. So I guess we'll just kind of mark in that direction. Mountain. Yeah, we marked this one over here too, because we just, while we've been tracing this island, we just have not seen much of basically anything like out in the ocean. There's loads of water. Looks like there's something over there too, but I can't really tell. Like, it doesn't look like a proper mountain shape, so it's probably just clouds, but it looks weird. Big ol' waves. I was saying earlier that we don't really feel super well equipped and stuff, you know? At least right now. I feel like axes aren't necessarily like one of the better weapons. I think it's more intended as a tool for like the early game. So, might feel a little bit better once we get like one of the battle axes. We'll see. But, you know, every chance that we'll be getting to kind of upgrade it to the next tier should feel pretty good. Iron axe shouldn't feel too bad. Though, of course, you know, we need iron for that. Well, I think the first battle axe is iron. I'm not 100% sure. I know that we could kind of, you know, we found that one silver node, and I was talking about it earlier. We can kind of cheese into the silver age and get like the crystal battle axe more than likely, but that might require more than one silver node. And I'm not the biggest fan of wandering around stag breaking the mountains, but it's an option. I feel like once we actually find a swamp though, as long as we get a decent one and like our bone mass isn't super far away and our like crypts don't suck, then we'll probably move through the swamp fairly quickly. And I was saying before too, like, you know, I want to find the swamp to get turnips so that we can start, like, upgrading our food and stuff. So I definitely think that, like, getting to the swamps is going to help us a lot. Or help us progress quite a bit. Actually, finding one is kind of the first hump here that we're having some issues with. Gotta re-up on our food. Oh, I see swamp. I see a tree. Oh, I see multiple trees. Huzzah! We found it! Well, it's a little bit of a ways from our portal, though. So that part's a little unfortunate, but... Oh, this might not be a very good swamp, though. Oh, wait, I see more swamp trees over that way, so... It's definitely going to be bigger than it looks. Alright, so... we have found swamp. Huzzah! Our main concerns... getting bitten by leeches. But leeches aren't the most dangerous of things in here. Maybe getting bombarded by Draugr archers. Okay, nice. I think hit combo staggers. That's good. I definitely need to craft a shield. I should definitely craft a shield. To be honest, that would be a good idea. We need to worry about ghosts. Well, not ghosts. Sorry, wraiths. We need to worry about wraiths at night. Those are a big concern. And definitely one of the most dangerous things here. Alright, found some guck, and I think that that's enough guck to make those banners I wanted, so that is the first objective complete. We do slightly need to be worried about abominations, but not completely. Ow, I got bit. Is that gonna kill me? I don't think so. No, we're gonna be at like a little under half health. We'll be okay. I do need to kind of watch my feet a little bit more though. Those leech bites can be really bad. And then we especially don't want to get bitten by a 1-star leech. That would be the worst. Hey, get back here. Yeah, I should probably just be shooting the leeches with my bow instead of being a goober and risking getting bitten. Draugr elites are always a problem. You have to watch out for those. Yeah, that's a spawner like right over there. Zoom in here a little bit. Spawner. Ooh, leech trophy. We don't need the leech trophy, but I'm gonna pick it up anyways. Blobs might be a little bit of a concern. Okay, cool. I see a crypt over there, so we found at least one. Wow, the waterways around here are pretty thick. Not like a lot of land. I haven't seen such a, like, overly waterlogged swamp in quite a while. Oh, yeah, there we go, there's a 1-star leech. And it looks like it's changing to nighttime, so... Oh, I didn't bring my swamp key. I guess because the original plan was find a swamp, put a portal there, but we found the trader on the way, so kind of put the portal there instead, and I just kind of forgot about what I was going to do from there. I guess I was hoping that the swamp would be a little bit closer to the trader and the portal. I guess my plan was just to double back. But it's a bit of a waste, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. Skellies! That is another thing we have to worry about slightly. The oozers. Gotta be careful with those guys. We don't have a really good bludgeoning weapon to deal with the oozer, really. Like a mace would be really nice, since you get a bunch of knockback. This close? Alright, this is where things are gonna get really dark and really hard to see, even for me. So I do apologize in advance. Okay, cool. That's nice. Let's put the black metal in here for now. We're not gonna really need it anyways, like, at least not right away. Got lots of entrails, flint head arrows, don't really care that much about. Let's see here. Okay, cool. We can jump high enough to get up here. I kind of figured. I didn't really see like a red glow, but sometimes structures like this can have the little boss thing on it. I did see a wraith. Not crazy. Knew it. I definitely chose a really bad spot to fight this guy. Oh gosh, loser. So low on stamina because of the wet debuff, not having my rested buff. Put these These are some things we must worry about. In hindsight, it might have been a good idea, after we found the swamp, to double back, go through the portal, empty out our inventory, maybe get a new portal. But also maybe just like re-up on like buffs and stuff like that. You know, I really do hope that this light is helping you guys, because it's kind of messing with me just a little bit, making certain things hard to see. That's alright though. It's not that bad. This might be a little obnoxious. Ooh, ow. That didn't hurt that bad. And our knockback is like just good enough. Okay. That was scarier in my mind than it actually was. Wow, where were you guys like 30 seconds ago to get in the way of the raid? Well, I was slightly scared. Alright, I don't know if I set it as an objective, but we wanted to get some ancient bark as well, so let's go ahead and do that while we're here and thinking about it. Yes, yes. Go fight the leech. And the Draugr. Go fight the Draugr. I have better things to do with my time. Kinda interesting that I didn't actually get poisoned there. Oh, there's multiples. I meant to like use the log to block that, and then I totally just kind of like ran out way too soon. Just got shot. Alright, so for now I don't think we really don't really need all that wood, so we're gonna drop regular wood and pick up the ancient bark. Couldn't think of what it was for a second there. Our finewood bow is just like not wanting to shoot straight. And our axe broke. Alright. Well, this isn't the biggest swamp in the universe. And that's a Draugr elite. Who immediately just decided to run away. And that's an abomination. Okay. Okay. I think there's a wraith over there too. Alright, we're leaving. We are going to leave. We're going to take a small trip away from this crumbling ship. man. That is... yeah, that is a ways away. Way away from here. Our portal B. Well, hi Suki. I do apologize if I didn't see your message right away. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit tunneled in. Kinda yapping to myself, as one does. How you doing though? This is a really big black forest. Like, actually just like really, like nothing interrupting it, it's just all black forest. I did say I wanted to go home, but I also kind of want to cut over to this side and see how much of the coast is black forest. And the answer is basically what I thought it was going to be. Like, basically all of it, yeah. Hey, look, fish. And as per usual, from this island I see loads of nothing. Ooh, a shipwreck though. That's something we like to see. This is just a nice little source of fine wood. I mean, like, we have a bronze axe, you know. We have birch and oak trees to chop down. It's not like we were really hurting for fine wood at this point, but... You see another mountain over that way. Which direction is that? Okay, yeah. Unexplored places. Beast. There's also an elder thingy. Oh, I'm gonna click it for no reason. And get poisoned while I'm at it. Cause that's fun, right? Ooh, little oranges and colors of the sun coming up, going in the water. I really like that. Alright, I don't know how far out that is exactly, but I'm just gonna go ahead and in a spitball direction, put it kind of out there. Might sail to that later. Ugh, got a little bit of the Yannis today. Not sure what that's all about. I guess some days you just end up being a little bit more tired than usual. Big goose. Oh. Okay, yeah. There we go. Now we can actually see. How did we render in, like, so much of the, like, mountain without, like, rendering in any of the other stuff in between us and it? So silly. Is that... What the heck just happened there? The bees just, like, randomly... The beehive just randomly broke. What? 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 I guess we got another... I guess we're adopting another queen bee. Might be more swamp out that way, so... Yeah, we're... definitely a bit off the beaten path, aren't we? For kind of doubling back. That's alright. When we get to the museum percentage, one of my plans is to unlock the entire map as well, so... Eventually, we are gonna have to do some long runs on the beach. If we're lucky enough for them to be romantic, all the better. Yep. So we're close enough that some of the trees are rendering in. I was kind of hoping to see if, like, that's like swamp, because it looks like the... But it looks like maybe it's just meadows changing into black forest. Yeah, those are just black forest trees. That's cool that we're, like, close enough for all of that to render in there. I think my render distance is pretty high, but not all the way up. Yeah, it's like one lower. Maybe if I nudge it up a little bit. Not like this. And I don't see much more. I think we loaded in a few extra trees. My computer is not complaining about it, and by that I mean my computer fan doesn't seem to be whirring up more than that, so... I'm always a little concerned about my computer overheating. It's a little on the older side at this point. I wonder if I could... I wonder how much better I could play with, like, my settings, though. Or, like, how much higher I could put them. Okay, so let's glance at our map again. We're moving, like, super... Okay, so at this point, we're literally closer to our Elder portal than the Trader portal, so... I'm gonna remove that. I think that I was thinking of putting a portal over there, potentially earlier. I think I was just noting that as like, oh yeah, we're running north to the northern side, but it's not really like I'm not gonna use that location for anything, so we don't need that marker anymore. And these were where we were originally gonna stay too, but we're not gonna do that anymore, so we'll clean that up a little bit. I don't remember what this fireplace marker is though. Oh, that's where our little base No, our little base camp was like over. Oh yeah, that is meadows. Okay, so yeah, that's where like our original like stuff was, I think. So we can remove that too. We're not using that location anymore. But yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do at this point, instead of cutting back through all of this area to get to the trader portal, I think I'm just going to continue following the coast and come downwards, and then we'll cut back across to the Elder portal. Especially because I'm kind of interested in this little jutting out section. Although, it looks like it's probably just more Black Forest, but it means that our island is going to be kind of a more interesting shape. We have enough food. I think that will be okay for the run. Parkour! I was trying to avoid getting the wet debuff, but we got it anyways, so. Then this is this river that we crossed before, cuts all the way across. But yeah, we'll continue along the coast and see what we can see. Hello, Skellimans. If you don't mind, I will simply be on my way. You can dodge some thistle, I think. Don't really care about the flint arrows that much. Hello, Skellies. Goodbye, Skellies. Hello, Grey Dwarfs. Yep. So long, Grey Dwarfs. Maybe. I'm getting a little bit of frame lag now. Maybe turning my draw distance up wasn't the best idea. Nah, it's probably fine. My graphic card doesn't feel like it's running super hot. I think it's okay. There is not really a whole lot to say about this excursion. There just really is not a whole heck of a lot out there. I do see like the outline of a mountain though. Kind of see the outline in like the clouds. So there's more land over that way. Huh. I wonder if it's... I was gonna say, I wonder if it's connected to all this. Apparently we're connected to all that. So this was like almost another fully enclosed lake. That's like the opposite direction of where we need to go for right now though. Yeah, we can maybe explore out that way. I kind of wanted to come out the other way, like on the island eventually, but we don't have to do that right now. I didn't see anything that looked like swamp, it just looked like more meadows and black forest. But it's also very good to know, like, you know, the shape of our island for when we inevitably sail some of our smelted ores and, you know, take our metals. Ugh. Sorry, I'm like a little scatterbrained right now, apparently. When we eventually take our iron ore and sail it back to camp, it'll be good to know the shape of our island, because we want to know which is the shorter path of, you know, like which side of the island is shorter and which one like juts out like that one and makes for big giant runarounds. Was also slightly interested in more frost caves, and we, you know, don't freeze up here, so might as well cut across. I see, this is just like a really small mountain with nothing on it. Okay, it's good to know. I was kind of thinking this might connect with one of these two, but it doesn't look like it actually does. Well, looks like it just doesn't. Alright, we are almost back to our portal. And we are a little full on stuff. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to find another swamp, eventually. We're gonna have to grab our, crypt key. Go open up, like, the one crypt that we can see over there. And maybe if we get like a bonus location, then that'll give us an idea of like a good direction to sail for another swamp. Finding quite a bit of blueberries on the way home here. Feels good. Alright. So we achieved some of our goals. We got the guck for changing our banner, so that we can have my personal banner, personal favorite banner. Treasures. Okay, cool. Let's see, what does it cost to make a bonfire? We don't have the cores for that right now. We unfortunately didn't find a Surtling location in our little swamp. There might still possibly be one out there that we just didn't see, but it didn't. From what I remember, like kind of looking out into the swamp, like coming from this direction, there didn't look like there was too much more to it. I think that we could see the ocean. Which means that this swamp is very, very small, and we probably would have seen the flame geyser. Let's see here. Okay, so needles need to go in aromats. Theoretically, feathers should go there too, but we're also using that as a miscellaneous chest. But we're gonna redo like kind of our grouping of stuff once we get more iron and get some more sizable storage. This is food. That trophy box is full, so this will be the second trophy box. This is food, this is miscellaneous. Travel is going to have our boss materials in it, so that'll be those withered bones. Food. Guess we can grab 10 wood and plant the queen bee, or plant the beehive. Stones and yeah, guck is a miscellaneous material as well, so our arrow materials and miscellaneous are all full already. Which is okay. We kind of have stuff all over the place, right? But things will be a little bit better once we add at least like another row and or like, because I really should have like a miscellaneous chest that's just for like random building materials, like red jute that builds into like 2 things, our thunderstone that builds into the obliterator, guck which is used in just like a couple of like weapon recipes. I just decided to group it with the arrow materials for right now. Alright, so lucky number 7, we are gonna have lots of honey. Honestly, we probably have more than we need at this point. That was kind of weird. It looked like I clicked on the... Maybe there was like a stone or something under the beehive that I clicked on by accident. Like, it looked like I interacted with the beehive, but then the honey didn't come out. Oh yeah, flint. Yep, so that was right. There was a flint under the beehive. Oh, beehive. Honey, meats. We're basically ready to use the second meat chest as well. Alright, green banner. So we're gonna get 2 guck, 2 fine wood, if I could ever remember which chest it's in, and then 6 leather scraps. Hey, get down here. Green banner number 1. Green banner number 2. For those of you who don't know, green is my favorite color, and that's why I really like the green banner. That's why I felt the need to get them, and we want at least 1 banner for comfort purposes, so... So that being said, as of the fact that I am feeling a little tired, and this seems like a pretty decent stopping point for not pushing for like another like hour or something. I think I'm gonna call it here tonight. Currently planning we'll probably be streaming the next couple of days as well, although start time might be variable. Since I normally kind of have evening plans sometimes, and I'm not sure which evening that's gonna be, so hesitant on when it'll start, blah blah blah. But we'll probably be on sometime tomorrow evening and the evening after, but no promises on the weekends yet. But that being said, thank you everybody for coming, hanging out, showing the love, chit-chatting, whatever. If you haven't, don't forget to like and subscribe to follow the channel. Let's get notification, maybe hit notifications for when I go on, all that jazz. Yeah, and then hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Peace. You know what? I need to figure out some sort of a sign-off thing besides just copying Trigun with the love and peace. But yeah, you guys have a good night too, and or day depending on where you guys are in the world. See you all next time. Ciao.